Hello and welcome back to another edition of Shay and Jordan Go Boating. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Shay. Thanks
There
for
we
joining us.
go. Thanks
That
for
was,
joining us.
I thought that was finally going to be like a smooth intro, and then we immediately talked over each other.
Yeah, absolutely. And you also sort of stalled between me saying my name was Jordan and you were Shay.
No, I don't think I did.
Can we get a replay on that, please?
I did. I think I may have because I was I was thinking about doing something like a silly joke, but I couldn't think of anything fun.
You had a lot of time to prepare. It's not like we hit record and then start. We chat beforehand, you know. That's
Yeah,
behind the
but
scenes that they don't see.
I was busy, just trying to be present, talk to you, my friend. So
This is the movie mapping podcast. The podcast will be map movies.
that's
And the
true.
idea is that we're linking films and we're creating a never-ending chain of films because all films are part of an industry, huh?
Yeah, it's all this big, huge web and it's all connected, really. Just like that one
Yeah.
Tetris commercial.
I don't know the Tetris commercial you're talking about. I'm so sorry.
I
I didn't
probably no
know
one
they
does.
needed. I don't know they needed commercials.
It was like for
Why do
Tetris,
why
not
do Coke? I don't like that Coke and Pepsi still do commercials, you know. Everyone knows about them. They're just trying to keep the
yeah.
brand awareness there, I guess, but
I feel
seems
like
silly to
almost
me.
everything in the world is a Coke commercial at this
I've
time.
got that printed on a t-shirt.
And that's also a Coke commercial. Okay, let's stop talking about Coke unless they start
And let's
paying
start
us.
talking about movies.
Movies.
Actually, I want to talk about something quite personal first.
Good.
Um, Firstly, I'm deeply offended
Okay. By what?
by you.
Really?
And secondly, can you tell why?
I'm trying to think.
Look at me, Shay. Look at me while you figure this out.
I didn't notice something about you.
Yes, that's correct.
That you shaved your mustache?
There we fucking go.
Yay! Well, it looks nice. You
Okay, but
look
you
good
didn't
with
mention it.
every like haircut and facial hair configuration.
So, so this week, Shay, has been a bit of a trial for me because every single person in my life, bar my wife, has not mentioned or noticed the mustache thing until I pointed it out. And when I point it out, the majority of people are like, "Oh," and it's like, "No, it's different. Okay, it's a
I
different
did
thing."
notice something was different. There's a clarity to your
To be
face.
fair, you did ask if I'd had a haircut.
Yeah, I noticed something was different, okay? I just didn't
A
know it was that.
clarity to my face.
Yeah.
It's like a weird, like half compliment. Wow,
Yeah,
there's
that
such
was a
a
weird way to say
clarity to
it.
your face.
Well, I
I
think
like
it
it
looks
though.
nice.
Thanks, Shay. I think I look well without a mustache.
Now
And
I'm
you've got
thinking.
lovely, lovely new bangs, by the way.
Thank you. I'm
Fresh.
thinking you pointing out my bangs was kind of just a way of you because you were trying to then get me to notice something about you when you said
Well,
that.
Shay, I'm not a manipulative freak like you, so no, I was just mentioning your bangs because I thought they looked very nice, and you look very glowing and beautiful as ever.
Thanks, man.
Do you wear those
Um,
earrings outside of the podcast or just for the podcast?
no, actually, I do not
Because
because they're kind of heavy, and I think
mm,
they're just sort of my public facing earrings.
yeah,
Sometimes,
public
like on a
facing
very
earrings.
special occasion, I might wear them, but they're heavy.
But this is a special occasion because this is a podcast where we map movies.
Hmm.
And today, Shay, we're going to be talking, as per our usual, we're going to be doing a new release in Todd Haynes's May December.
Yep.
And it is now December. That's why we waited.
May December
Um,
be with you.
May December be with you. And for our linketh in the chain,
Yeah.
we went through, well, Les Blanc was last week, and the gap-toothed megastar Lauren Hutton was in that flick. Um, and yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with my hands, to be honest. I was kind of just enjoying it.
Ain't nothing
And
wrong with
she is
that.
also in the Carol Rice film The Gambler, starring James Caan. So we watched that movie. And Shay, as life has it, um, we're busy people, right?
Yeah. We're
So,
always like on the go, you know.
we're on the go.
We're
We're on the
like go
goers.
go
We've
go.
always
We're like
got a
sharks.
granola bar in hand,
Yeah, because I need
uh,
my fuel, of
my
course.
Energizer smoothie,
Hmm.
my ginger shot.
Yes, that wakes you up like a slap in the
Uh-huh.
face. That
Oh
ginger shot.
yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, oh. Thank you, Ginger.
Thank you, Ginger. That was the name of my dog who died.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing joy into Shay's life.
And thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, Charlie. That's my dog. Oh, you met that dog, didn't you?
Mm,
Rest in
cute,
peace.
very cute dog.
Up in doggy heaven.
Yes.
But as we're such busy people, we actually watched these movies a long time ago, and we didn't get to record last week. Hence, a gap
Yeah.
in the schedule, and also perhaps these films won't be the freshest things in our mind. But that's okay because we're good at spitballing here on Shay and Jordan Go Boating.
A gap much like Lauren Hutton's tooth gap. Am I right?
Oh my god! See, look, this is the kind of content I'm talking about. You know, it's just off the
Hmm.
cuff.
Yeah, man. We're improvisers, I guess.
Where
Yeah,
does that term "off the cuff" come
Jordan.
from?
Uh, yeah, Jordan. By the way, is pointing out his sleeve cuff. Is that the
Cuff, sleeve,
right?
cuff.
I that didn't seem like a thing when I started to say it. Where did that come from? I don't know. I'm not good at knowing these things.
Etymologies and such.
Yeah. Um, but I have something to say to update you on.
Yes,
That's
please
other
update
than
me.
okay. First of all, I saw a Playboy with Bernadette Peters as like the cover star, and I saw some very sexy pictures of Bernadette, and I wanted to tell you.
You wanted to tell me you, but you didn't want to send me them immediately.
I guess I could like share my screen and show you some.
Oh my God, share your
We've
screen
never
and show
done
me some
anything
right
like
now.
that.
This is a first on Shane Jordan Go Boating. The first time we've looked at pornographic images together.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Soft porn, if that,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, no, she's not fully naked, unfortunately. Okay, first of all,
Ooh,
cover
hello. Is this in your
hello.
house?
Yeah, these are all my this is my Playboy collection. Wow.
Wow.
And then
She's got
oh
a
wait,
great
that's
mouth,
not
huh?
her. Yeah, she does. This isn't her either. That's not her. Okay, that it was actually some boobs. I'll have to cut that out. But here's more Bernadette. She's kind
She
of
looks
in these
great.
different looks.
Oh, she's doing this old Hollywood thing, this
Yeah,
it
kind of
girl
a flapper
business.
moment.
Mm.
Cute.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, hello.
Hello,
Be
Bernadette.
beguiling Bernadette. Oh my
All
goodness
right, that's
gracious.
all of them.
That's amazing. I very thoroughly enjoyed that, Shay. If
Yeah,
anyone wants to have a little sneak peek, go over to the YouTube channel to watch this podcast.
yeah. One of them was just some boobs that I took a picture of, and I never.
Shay will probably get rid of the boobs. So sorry
Yeah,
about that if
I
you're
don't want to get
expecting
banned
boobs.
from YouTube. I wouldn't.
Message
Are we?
Shay privately
Yeah, if you
for the
want those
boobs.
pictures, it'll cost you though.
I think you can upload boobs to YouTube. I've seen lots of boobs on YouTube.
Oh,
BoobTube,
really?
if you will.
Boob
Yeah,
tube.
I mean, there's lots of movies on YouTube that are free to watch that have boobs in them.
Oh, so maybe I'll just leave it in. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So that
Do you
was an
remember
update.
when? Do you remember when Tumblr stopped allowing people to show their female presenting nipples? That's how they phrased it.
Oh, really? I didn't know they phrase
It-
it like that.
yeah, yeah, and it's like you're
Hmm.
trying to be like all
Hmm.
PC about it, but you're just basically saying that like no titties.
Yeah, just say no titties. We all know what you mean, Tumblr.
Yeah, come on, pieces of shit.
I
I
just
miss when
remembered.
that site was full of pornography.
I think they brought the boobs back,
They
by the
brought the
way.
boobs back.
Yeah. Or female presenting nipples or whatever you
Oh,
said.
there we are. Thank you so much.
Um, what
Do you want to talk
else?
about some movies?
Yeah, I guess we can talk about movies. Wait, do you want to talk about Saltburn? Are we gonna do that for an episode?
Saltburn.
Saltburn.
Saltburn. I mean,
Because
I guess we could talk about Saltburn instead of May December, but or we could talk about Saltburn next week.
I don't yeah. I didn't think you would want to
Or
do a whole episode dedicated to that.
hey Shay, we could talk about both.
You think?
We could talk about both right now.
Okay, I'm down.
So first of all, let's do May December because that's the good movie. Um,
Yes.
May December, Todd Haynes' newest one. Uh, Natalie Portman, Julianne Moore,
The
some guy I don't
screenwriter
know,
hadn't written anything else.
which I'm
Sammy
kind of surprised
Birch.
by.
Yeah,
It's
I
it's
think it's
pretty
a girl.
competent.
She did a great job.
I think it's a girl.
I think
Does
it's a
she have
girl.
female
Female
presenting
presenting
nipples?
nipples. Yeah, it's a
Female presenting
girl.
nipples. Okay, cool. It's a girl. It's a girl.
Or someone with
Um,
female presenting nipples. Yeah.
sure. Um, so Todd Haynes, what's your experience with the Haynes man? Where do you stand on the Haynes man?
I'm definitely like not as much of a stan as like a lot of people. I mean, I think
Mm,
he's very talented, but like I first of all, the poster for Safe is so good. And
yeah,
I
man.
was obsessed with that poster for so long because it's like so scary. And then I
Yeah,
saw Safe and I was like, look pretty good. Like,
yeah.
I'm
And
I'm not
that's that
going.
that 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 image is just like one quick scene, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's like one moment. And the whole
Mm.
movie does not give the vibe of that poster, unfortunately.
No, it doesn't. I remember really liking Safe, but again, I haven't seen it in over 10 years now,
Yeah,
probably.
that's true for me as well. Carol is really good.
I've
Um,
told you my Carol story.
yeah, where you got really drunk.
Did I tell it on the podcast?
Yeah, you
I think I
did.
did.
Hmm.
Wow.
And then I was talking about how I went and saw Incredibles 2 and had a similar
Oh,
situation.
yes. Yes, yes, yes. And I told you about the kid who was fighting next to me during The Incredibles 2, this little kid.
Hmm.
Stank.
Stinky
Good to
boy.
have a recaps of our old stories.
Yeah, well, for the new listeners, I like
Mm.
Superstar by Todd Haynes.
Oh, that's
Um,
the best. That's a piece of gold. Anyone who's not seen that,
that's
go watch that
really
on
good.
YouTube. It's like half an hour or something.
People aren't talking about Superstar enough. The
Not
Karen
anymore.
Carpenter story starring Barbies. Um,
Do
hey,
you like
that's
that
one.
Sonic Youth song about it as well? The Karen Carpenter Sonic Youth song?
Don't
Tunic,
know it.
song for Karen. Great song. Listen to it afterwards.
Yeah, that's part of our recommendations.
Yeah, that's our song recommendation of the week.
What else is there? Yeah, I
Far
mean,
from
I
Heaven.
haven't. Far from Heaven is good. Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't know. Not that. What I'm trying to get to is that I think May December is my favorite. I really, really love that.
Interesting. Yeah, I really liked it too. Probably not my favorite, but it's a
Yeah.
real like in a sense a return to form. If like it's not that he ever stopped being. Well, he had like one dud that I didn't see, and I didn't see Dark Waters either, to be fair. Um, but it's a return to like a certain type of filmmaking, which is like through a very queer lens, I think. And
Mm,
I'm very interested in what people's interpretations of this movie are who aren't familiar with Todd Haynes or
mm,
queer cinema at large, because this film, I think, is kind of in a way kind of difficult to read in a sense. I'm not sure what people will get out of it unless they're like sort of if they aren't as well versed in the sort of like intentional campness to certain elements of it and things like that. What do you
mm.
think?
I kind of don't know if I think that those things still would come across. Like, I think it's, well, I guess if you don't know about camp.
And the
Okay,
history of
but
like melodrama and stuff, you know?
yeah, I guess that's true. But I think that those people would, well, okay, I want to backtrack a bit because you didn't talk about your history with Todd Haynes very
Back
much.
the fuck up. Yeah, I like Todd Haynes again. Like when I was getting into movies and especially new queer American cinema and stuff with the likes of him and Gus Van Sant and everything. I was into the idea, into the scene. Kind of jealous that I wasn't around when they were all sort of kicking off. What are you doing, Shay?
One sec.
You like pulling your finger out of your socket?
I I had to turn my the
Finger
mouth of
trap in
my
a Chinese finger trap.
yeah, that's what I was doing. What I was actually doing isn't very interesting, but I was just turning the lid around on this so I could have my hand on this side of the mug, if that makes
Well, that
sense.
is incredibly uninteresting.
I know.
You're right.
I know. I know.
So yeah, I have a history of liking his movies. He was big for me, as I'm sure he was for a lot of the sort of like younger queer, closeted queer for me generation, you know. Um,
Yes.
And yeah, I mean, I hadn't really been like blown away by any of his films. Obviously, I saw Carol when I was drunk,
Mm-hmm.
so I hadn't been blown away by any of his films in a long time, I think. But this one was one where the more as well, the more it went on, the more I realized what it was doing, and it really worked for me. By the end, I was very enamored with it, to be honest.
Yeah. I feel like the same. Like, I wasn't really expecting much, but it blew my dick off, dude.
Yeah.
I thought it was so effing
Uh,
good.
it's gotten some really intelligent criticism and stuff as well. I think people who are reading it, again, obviously, there's not necessarily a correct way to read a film, but like,
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm just, yeah, just
Todd
impressed by
Haynes.
people's takes.
Okay, well, do you want to get into that? First, I want to say I think Todd Haynes lives in Portland and he
You
donates to the theater where I went to see it in 35 millimeter.
saw it in 35 millimeter. How lovely.
It was lovely. I saw it with my friend
Uh,
Patrick. Shout out to Patrick. And
obviously, obviously, we've talked about how Julianne Moore kind of secretly sucks,
yes,
and
but
I still don't really stand. I still kind of stand by that. I thought she was the weakest link, to be honest.
I do think she was the weakest link. Although I think it kind of works because I think the character she's playing is kind of a weird performative
Yeah, that's why it works, but it's still
over the
annoying.
top person. Um, should we talk about what the movie's about?
No. On the reverse end of that, I
Okay.
thought Natalie Portman was incredible and I'm not normally wowed
Yes,
by her. Obviously, other than
exactly.
Vox Lux, which is a big performance. Like this
That's
one,
what
I
I've,
was like
yeah,
all in for her on this one.
that's what I've been saying too. I always found her so annoying until Vox Lux in this movie. She is fantastic. She is so,
She
so
is.
good.
Anyway, I was
Ugh.
joking, Shay. Yes, this movie is about. It's based on a true story, based on the sort of outline of it. It's not really verbatim. Uh, about a an actor who is researching a role in which he's playing a real life woman. She goes to meet this woman who was a teacher of a minor, a 13-year-old, right?
Yeah.
And she had sex with him and had his babies, and they got married and everything.
They're still
She
together.
was,
And Natalie
they were still,
Portman plays
yes.
the actress and goes to study them and their lives and to
Hmm.
prepare for the role.
The insane balance of tones in this film is just like clearly a
Yes.
master at work. Like even
Yes.
I think the script in its weaker places, I think Todd Haynes lends like an eye to it that makes it sort of shine in a strange way. Wherein if it was in someone else's hands, you'd be like, "Oof, this bit's a bit,"
Yeah.
because he's playing on those elements of like melodrama and heightened thing. There's one thing which I just like, I think it's the gayest moment of the movie, and I can't explain why, but it's when she is in the bedroom with him, and when he goes out the room, she like checks in his bag or something, or checks his phone or something. Do you remember this
Who's
element?
she?
Natalie Portman, when they're
In
in
into
the
Melton's
hotel
bag?
room or whatever. Yeah, into Melton's bag.
And they're in her hotel room?
Yes.
Okay.
Spoilers after they boinked. That whole sequence felt very like
Oh, okay. I
there's
kind
something
of
about the act
remember.
of her. It's the act of her like there is this one drama going on in this scene which should be enough, which is everything that's happening between him and her. But like when he steps out of the room, there's this other drama of her being like snooping, and being nosy and
What
like trying to find more information out.
I thought that she looked at the note she gave him. Uh, Is that a
Oh
separate
yeah, that's what
moment?
it is. That's what it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the note.
Okay. Yeah. 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 Well, it is kind of what is so interesting, I guess, or part of what's so interesting about the movie is like she is kind of evil, like this weird like succubus to these
Mm,
people,
mm,
and even like I think she thinks she's like justified in the fact that she's like making art or whatever, but
yes.
like, or she thinks that they're worse than her or because like what happened is kind of bad in a sense, but
Mm.
like, yeah, but she's kind of conniving and yeah, I don't know.
I
It's
think
very
that would also
interesting.
come out so much more on rewatches. Like, I think it's a film that probably does reward repeat viewing
Yeah.
because, yeah, these are all things that sort of slowly build up throughout the film and you kind of realize them by the end. But I think the seeds are probably there from so early on because it's such a well crafted film that I'm sure you'll just get like, yeah, more and more from each sort of viewing of
We
it. But
always
only played
say
for one
this.
week at my cinema. Sad.
It's
Only got
like
to see it
still
once.
playing here. It played a long time here.
Nice. Very
Um,
nice.
I think it what we always say about movies that we like, it's so multi-layered and has very interesting top like themes and but yeah, like you said, the thing about like tone, like it's super funny at times and
Yeah.
it's really dark at times and it's just kind of a beautiful, very cool movie.
Yeah, because it's also earnest and it's dealing with obviously a very heavy subject that, yeah, in the
Yeah.
wrong hands could be kind of, um, just come out kind of offensive or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Obviously
yeah,
he
it
was
rocks.
inspired by Persona, he said.
Mm, yeah, I kind of see that, but it's so far enough away from that that it's kind of nice, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Normally, when
yeah.
people are inspired by Persona, they make Queen of Earth or whatever, that Alex Ross Perry movie.
Do you not like that movie?
Not really. It's fine, but like, do you know
I
what I
like
mean?
it.
Like people tend to when they say this inspired me, it tends to be like, oh,
Well,
this didn't
yeah. I mean
inspire you,
that
you copied
Queen of Earth
it.
is yeah, almost exactly Persona. Like they're on
Yeah.
a little vacation and
Hmm.
yeah. Um
The fact that Persona didn't even cross my mind during the movie for someone who's seen Persona like fucking 10 times, like you know,
yeah.
this shows how much is going on, which is great.
I was thinking more about like All About Eve for some reason
I never seen
because
All About Eve.
oh my god, I love All About Eve.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
maybe I'll watch it.
It's like,
I've seen The Lady Eve.
oh, I know. You're in Veronica Lake. Is that who's in that? Or am I wrong?
No, I don't think she's in that.
Oh no,
I can't remember who's in that.
is it no, I know who it is. What's her name?
They're all talking quickly and shit. Look it up,
Oh yeah, it's Barbara
Shay.
Sandwick. Barbara
Oh yeah, I
Sandwick. I
hate
love
Barbara
her.
Stanwyck.
I love her. Are you serious?
I'll die on this hill. I think Barbara Stanwyck sucks,
I'm gonna beat your ass. She's so good.
and she was a big fucking what's her face lover. Stupid woman wrote Atlas Shrugged. What's her name? Ayn Rand.
Oh, Ayn Rand. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's a piece of shit. But the
No,
gays love her for some reason.
I love her. I mean, despite the Ayn Rand piece. Um, um, okay. What else do we want to say? Yeah, I love just sort of
Charles
when it's
Melton, is that the name of the guy?
he's very good, Charles Melton.
He was fantastic. I've never seen him in anything. I thought he was great, really, really great.
Apparently he's in Riverdale, so
Yes, Issa told me this afterwards.
that's kind of cool. I'm kind of like, well, first of all, I don't know if I've told you this, but I'm in love with Jacob Elordi, and like,
Really?
I don't normally love like basic guys like that, but he's so hot and I'm obsessed with him. And he's gonna be in a new Paul Schrader movie. Like he kind of has
Yeah,
cool
I saw him.
taste.
Yeah, he
Um,
clearly does. But
so
he's
I'm kind
Australian.
yeah, I know. Trust me. That's hard for me, but I'm moving past it.
Mm.
Um, yeah, but it's cool to see these like young dumb actors start to be in
Taking
cool
they're
stuff.
taking they're taking the Pattinson and Stewart route.
That always excites me, you know.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
really excites me too. Because Elodie is great. Should we move on to Saltburn? You fucking bringing up Elodie all of a sudden.
we're done with talking about May December.
Well, kind of fun. It felt like it. You just started talking about Jacob Elordi out of nowhere.
No, I was just gonna I my whole point was that like with him and Melton, like they're
Oh,
both these, started off in Jacob Elordi started off in the kissing booth.
did he?
Yeah. And
Wow.
you know what? He's turned it around. And he now he's calling he said something like he was like shitting on the kissing booth saying like those movies are a distraction, which I thought was a slay.
That is it's true. These types of things are a distraction.
I love in May,
Uh
December when Natalie Portman says, "Am I pretending I'm experiencing pleasure or am I actually experiencing pleasure?"
did that hit home or something?
Uh, no. um, but yeah, just like the lines blurring between like her performance and real life, that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Really,
All
really
right,
niftily done. Highly recommend. Highly recommend May December.
cool movie. My favorite of the year so
I told
far.
my mum and dad to go see it, but I don't think they did. Maybe they'll
Oh,
rent it when it comes on streaming.
well, it's on Netflix.
What?
Yeah, on
Really?
Dece- on
Already?
Dece- on December 1st. Maybe not in the UK, but I think so.
Oh, well, I'll tell them. That will be my Christmas present to them.
You seem like you're dying to stop talking about this movie, so we can move on to
No,
Saltburn.
no, no. I think I started to feel like I was being seemingly hostile towards you.
What? No,
It's all in my head, man. Do you hate me? I'm being
I
you
don't.
right now.
That's
Do
me?
you hate? Yeah, you're always asking me if I hate you.
No, now I have trust that you don't hate me.
Oh, that's good.
I always
I
say, "Are
got
you
other
mad
things
at
to
me?"
worry about.
though.
Oh, are you mad at me? That's it.
Yeah, that's my line. Are you mad at me?
No, but that'd be our first bit of merch is Are You Mad at Me t-shirts.
I love that. I think a lot of people and girls and female presenting nipples can relate to that.
Absolutely. Um, so on the flip side, we have Saltburn, which is the newest release by Sausage and Fennel Pasta, um,
By
Emerald
the way,
Fennel,
have you seen she actually pronounces her name? Oh my God, it was so annoying how
Fennel.
she
Is it
Fennel, but it was like Emerald. She even pronounced that terribly, but I forget how. But yeah,
Emerald? Emerald Fennel.
Emerald Fennel.
She's a posher.
She
Um,
is.
so this posho has made her second movie. She got her first movie made. I don't know how, probably because uh, she's rich and she is tied to rich people, and she worked on Killing Eve and shit like that. She's also an actor, which I'm sure she
Yeah.
got in through her nepotistic ways. She made a film called Promising Young Women, which was a piece of shit that got Oscar
Horrible.
nominated. Horrible, terrible movie, embarrassing film.
Yes.
Um, and
Pissed
because
me
it did
off.
so, and because it did so well, they funded a second
Saltburn.
self-indulgent bullshit project called Saltburn.
Saltburn.
Someone came into my work asking for a ticket, and they were like, "Oh, can I have a ticket to Shrubland?" And I was like, "Do you mean
Saltburn.
Saltburn?" I was like, "Oh, it sounds better. I'd call it Shrubland."
Yeah, I should have called it that.
Anyway, Saltburn, it's set in 2006/7.
Right when she was
Um,
going to Oxford
right
herself.
when she was going to Oxford herself, the lucky beggar.
Mm,
Um, and as a way of sort of reliving her Oxford life, I suppose, she has made this movie about I'm gonna spoil it, I don't care, about someone pretending to be working class who's secretly on the sort of up and up middle class, um, who befriends upper class handsome boy played by Jacob
Jacob
Elordi,
Elordi, my
uh,
boyfriend.
Shay's obvious boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do you think he'll win Sexiest Man of the Year? I reckon he will.
He's already won it for me, so
I
yeah.
meant the Shay Awards, of course.
Yeah, well, we are doing our
Uh,
Shay and Jordan Go Boating Awards.
yeah, we need to discuss that actually. We'll discuss
Mm-hmm.
that post step.
We should have a
Anyway,
sexiest, like, we should have a sexiest man and
Bernadette
woman.
Peters in Playboy.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I forgot about that era for us. Um,
Um,
yeah,
so yes, and this faux working class guy is played by a true working class gentleman, fantastic actor,
Barry
forgotten his name,
Keoghan. Barry
Barry Keegan.
Keoghan. I
Uh,
love him.
he he's a very good actor. He seems very down to earth from what I've heard.
Seems
Um,
lovely. I just saw on Instagram he and Melton were on the same plane, so it's all connected, really.
It is all connected. The plane connects our episode. That's what it's the movie mapping podcast.
Jay and
Um,
Jordan go flying on a plane.
so this film, I don't know, purports to be some sort of like psychological thriller, I guess, where you're not really sure it's trying to like hold its cards to its chest and then has a big reveal and a twist ending that isn't really a twist ending.
Yeah,
Um,
Jordan
what
just
did you
kissed
think of
his
the movie,
cat.
Shay?
It's hard to even put it into words. Um,
The real sigh of an answer. I
yeah,
just think it's a
it's
terribly made movie with
yeah.
cringe needle drops and
Yes.
I like a lot of these songs, but like not in a context of like putting them up on a big screen and like masturbatory. Like I don't like the cinematography. I think it's crass. I don't know. It's just like it's so obvious and blatant and like post euphoria bullshit. Like I
Yeah.
hate it so
Yeah.
much.
I think what was so
Uh,
frustrating for me is just like I like these kinds of movies. Like I like movies that are like kind of I like the idea of a movie that's like about these rich people and like these rich toxic people and they're really hot and it's like I don't know, like very aesthetically pleasing, but it felt like she was presenting all these things that could have been really fun or interesting and then she just like fucking dropped the ball at every possible point and like yeah,
mm,
the needle drops were so fucking annoying. Like I felt like when there could have been nice moments of like momentum or connection, there'd be like a stupid ass needle drop that like really took me out
and a montage.
and a fucking horrible montage. Oh my god, the montages were so stupid. Like the beginning of the movie, oh my god. It's like I thought there would be a scene where they like are connecting. Like they're both good actors.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
like I was so excited to see them like have like intimate moments, but then it would just be like a fucking montage. It's like you didn't earn this montage. Like I don't even
No.
know who these people are. I don't
Yeah,
care.
I watched it with JM. He literally whispered to me, like, well, he does a loud whisper in the cinema, but he whispered to me. He was like, "This is too early for the montage.
No,
they haven't. There's no,
I
they can't do
know.
that yet. It's
I know. I
cheating."
was feeling that too. And the montage is like I like montages, but I didn't even fucking like these montages. They have to feel like oh, I was just so frustrated. Like all I like the idea of these two boys having a talented Mr. Ripley moment, but like can they actually like have a conversation? I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
And then yeah, I mean,
It's fake gay. It's trying to like,
yeah, it's fake gay.
it's like gay baiting or whatever. It's like it's fucking nonsense. It's dumb, and I hate it, and I want it to burn.
It was like scared to actually explore the ideas it was trying to bring up. Like
Oh,
it was
absolutely.
just it was just exploring them in this like absolutely like trite, unnuanced way.
I think it comes from
Ugh,
someone who has lived a very sheltered existence and has had everything handed to them on a platter, and then they
yeah.
come and try and make some sort of like political statement that doesn't make any fucking sense
I
by the
said
end
this
of
in
it.
my letterbox review, but like she in an interview was like, I've never met anyone nice. And she's like, I'm not nice. And I'm like, how can you make art when you
What
have like
world do
such
you
a
live in?
yeah, well for like first of all, like that is so embarrassing to admit that you and no one you know is nice. And second of all, like
Yeah.
how can you make art when you think all people are like exactly the same? Like,
Mm.
shut up, Emerald.
When you do, it comes out looking like Saltburn, I guess.
Yeah. I like
Um,
the trailer though.
yeah, fair enough. Um,
And
but
of
yeah,
course I
like that.
love Jacob Elordi and Barry Keoghan.
Yeah, that final scene was just like the one of the most embarrassed I've ever been, like sitting in a cinema, I think, as well. Like just full cringe moment there.
Yeah.
And I'm all for full frontal nudity. I love male full frontal nudity in movies. I think it should be happening constantly, but not like that, man. Also, they watched Superbad in a scene there, and that's just for the sake of it. Doesn't even make sense. Wasn't even out yet. Wasn't even in the cinemas yet. That really pissed
Really?
me off. Yeah,
That's funny.
came out in like August of 20. Sorry, of 2007, and it's supposed to be like I guess like June.
Hmm.
Would you get a screener? You're part of the awards circuit. Yeah, a
I
screener for
mean,
Superbad. Yeah, of course.
yeah.
Fucking nonsense, man. Imagine that was my main problem. Imagine I loved it. Fuck that. So yeah, that's like two thumbs down from me. One of the most unpleasant viewing experience. And it just wouldn't
Vile.
fucking end, Shay. It just wouldn't
Yeah.
fucking end. It dragged out for like half an hour as well at the end there. Fucking ridiculous.
This is kind of insulting, the whole movie.
Yeah, I felt insulted. I feel almost insulted that we've even given it like 15 minutes of our time chatting about it as well. It doesn't
I
even
know.
deserve that. Put it in the bin.
Put it right in the bin, I'd say. Um, oh, but I met a new friend, Genevieve, and I saw you liked her review.
Of First Reformed.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She wrote this really intelligent thing about First Reformed, and I was like, I wrote a 15,000 word dissertation on the film First Reformed and failed to mention this like very pertinent like
Yeah.
correlation between these things.
Yeah.
Shout out
She's
to
really
Genevieve. Do
smart.
you think she'll listen to this if you tell her that we talk about her?
Oh, I want to have her on the pod, and yeah, she probably will listen to it.
Oh, okay. Hey, Genevieve.
Hi,
Good
Genevieve.
take.
Good take. I love her. I'm like obsessed with her, and she lives really close to me, and I just ran into her yesterday walking.
You ran walking.
Oh
Something
my
doesn't.
God.
Something doesn't add up, Shay.
Oh my God. You're
I
too
gotcha.
much. Yeah, you
Gotcha.
got truly.
So Shay, this isn't the podcast where we talk about new movies, just is it? We talk about old movies too.
Yeah, but I kind of want to just talk about my life more
Well, we
for a
can do
minute.
that. We can do that. Tell me what. Tell me more. Tell me more.
I don't have anything else.
Oh, okay,
Do you
great.
have anything?
No, not really.
Um,
Um,
I had a peppermint mocha.
I don't know what the fuck that even means. Um,
Okay.
Last week we watched Les Blank's doc, Gaptooth Women, and Lauren Hutton is our link to
Lauren Hutton,
this week's film, The Gambler,
the gambler.
1974. I watched this over a week ago. How about you, Shay?
Me too. James Caan.
James Caan's in it. Do you have much to say?
I have some stuff to say. I saw that James Caan was battling a cocaine addiction during this movie.
Yeah, that must have been tricky for him. Or he just channeled it into his performance, which is very good, by the way.
Yeah, he's
Great lead
great.
performance from James Caan. I could watch James Caan all day long. Do you like that movie Thief, the Michael Mann movie?
Yeah. You know what I
Yeah.
do?
You
I
know
like
what?
Thief.
I had a dream last night that I was looking through my DVD collection and I had a Blu-ray of Ferrari.
Ferrari, is that the new
The new
Michael Mann?
Michael Mann movie, yeah.
Um, I have a few things to say. First of all, I had a dream last night that Jason Mantzoukas was my boyfriend, and it was great. You have nothing to
Yes,
say?
continue. Nope.
My face is red now. Um, and then my other thing to say is I dropped acid recently and I saw a trailer for and when I dropped acid I went and saw the holdovers.
Oh yeah.
It was awesome.
Cool.
And there was a trailer for Ferrari in it, and all I remember is Adam Driver's like, two things cannot occupy the same thing at the same time, which is like a metaphor because he's cheating on his wife.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah,
Smart. It's good writing
really
that.
smart. Yeah. So that's all I have to say about that. Are you excited for
So that
Ferrari?
reminds me, no, that
No.
reminds me of when I got really stoned and went to see Mad Max Fury Road.
Ooh.
And I had just started working at this cinema as well. I was going in as like, a customer, but obviously I didn't have to pay. But I met some people I hadn't met, and I was really stoned walking through, being like, "Oh God, that's terrible. That's the first time I met them." But then I go into the screen, and I get my popcorn and my
Yeah.
drink, and I go into the screen, and I'm like, whacked out, man. And then the Ant-Man trailer starts playing, And I swear to God, Shay, I've very rarely been as terrified in my life as I was by the Ant-Man trailer.
Is that the Ant-Man that was like the multiverse one?
No, the original one, like the
Oh
first
wow.
one,
That's
because
crazy.
I'd never seen because there were all these giant ants and he kept shrinking
Mm,
down, and it was clearly supposed to be funny, but
that
I
is
didn't understand
scary.
that. I was very spooked. And then I had to watch Mad Max Fury Road High, and that was also very terrifying and stressful, and I didn't enjoy it, and I've not seen it since.
Oh my God.
Because people love that movie, don't they?
I love that movie myself.
Yeah, I don't really, the Mad Maxes were never really hit for me. I've not seen Beyond Thunderdome.
I don't like the original ones, but
Oh, okay,
Fury
but you
Road
like
is
Fury Road.
so good. Oh my God. I
I
love it.
remember just being kind of, well, this happens when I get stoned. I get cringed out by everything, but I remember being very cringed out by like the rock bands playing on the cars and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like you could definitely be cringed out by a lot of things in that movie. What does he say?
Mm.
What a lovely day. And he like sprays his teeth. Remember
Yeah, it's like
that?
cringe. Yeah, that I
It,
remember feeling very embarrassed.
fantastic movie. You seen the trailer for the new one?
No, Furiosa origin story.
Furiosa. Yeah.
It's got Anya Taylor-Joy, hasn't it?
You don't like her?
Not for me. Not for me.
Not for me. Um, I don't know. I'm
Another one
not.
of these
I can't
nepo babies.
imagine. I can't. I can't
Sorry,
imagine it'll be
continue.
as good as Fury Road. But
We'll see.
I'm not
He's taking
excited
his
for.
time with it.
Yeah, but same with Fury Road. Um,
I watched Witches of Eastwick recently. That sucks.
what is that?
The George Miller movie with Jack Nicholson and Cher and Susan Sarandon and
Oh,
whoever the third lady is. Who's the
why
third
did
lady? Can you tell me?
Pfeiffer?
Pfeiffer, of course. Oh,
Pfeiffer.
they're so beautiful. All three of those women are so fucking great.
I know.
The
Susan
film is
Sarandon has
just
those big
lame and
jugs.
nasty.
Oh, I
Yes, she
love
does.
Cher.
They're all great in that movie, but the movie itself sucks and it just goes nowhere, and I really didn't like it.
I'm sorry. I don't even really know about this movie apparently.
It's an 18 over here in the UK.
What does that mean?
No, it's a hard R. It's like an NC-17.
Hard R. Well, why? Wait, George Miller
I don't.
directed Happy Feet?
Yes, he's had such a weird career.
That is crazy.
It's all over the place. But he got back
I
to doing what he loves, which is Mad Max.
He just wants to make Mad Max over and over
Yeah,
again, and I
it's
get
like,
that.
please, just let me Mad Max again.
Yeah. Three single women in a picturesque village have their wishes granted at a cost when a mysterious and flamboyant man arrives in their lives. Who's that? Who's the
Jack
man?
Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
Jack
Hmm.
Nicholson.
Yeah, that's good. Um, I recently watched The Passenger with Jack Nicholson, and I've
I
never
love
seen
that
him.
movie.
It was so good, and I was like, I've never seen him act not in a like not be an insane person as an actor. So that was fun.
Yeah, in Witches of Eastwick, he's very much doing his insane thing. So anyway, the film The Gambler from
Mm-hmm.
1974.
Yep.
Lauren Hutton has a gap tooth in it.
Yeah, that's true. That's a guarantee from Lauren Hutton. She's gonna have her gap
Hmm.
tooth.
So this was written by James Toback, who also wrote a very similar movie called Fingers with Harvey Keitel, which was
Mm,
then remade by Jacques Audiard, maybe, into The Beat That My Heart Skipped.
mm. Didn't know that.
So James Toback has this very specific style, and I think it just rubs me up the wrong way a little bit. I didn't really care for The Gambler, to be honest, as a whole. There are
Are
elements of it
you
I
even
like.
gonna ask me what I thought?
I'm gonna ask you after I tell you
Okay,
what I
sorry.
fucking think, Shay.
Sorry.
Um, there are elements of it that I like a lot, but as a whole, it has the same sort of issues as Fingers has, to be honest, where it's kind of like I don't care enough about any of these people to be with them for this
Hmm.
long.
Yeah.
How about you?
My thing is that like any movie where a gambler is like just keeps getting in debts and stuff, like I do kind of find that just fun in general. Like I find that
Sure, sure.
watchable. And I like James Caan. He's just the best.
Mm.
But yeah, I think after like the first like hour or so, I was like, okay, like I kind of know exactly what's gonna happen, and
Yeah.
I'm a little
And it has
bored.
these Yeah, and it has these very 70s elements of like racial tension and stuff that like
Yeah,
have just dated it and just feel really like just uncomfortable to watch right now, you know? Like I feel like it speaks more to the writer's issues, you know, like James Toback feels like he has a problem with black people. Paul Schrader with Taxi Driver feels like he has something up with black people, you know?
hmm,
Like
yeah,
there was a time here where it was making its way into the movies in a very strange way, and I think it was like perceived as some sort of like edgy commentary or something, or like I'm just not afraid to show the truth. I don't really know what it is.
right, yeah. I don't know.
But I think it kind of sours the tone of these kind of films, you know. Um, and James Toback does feel like a bit of an edge lord, like in that sense, in the same way Paul Schrader is sometimes.
He is, but he's also a king, Mr. Paul
Yeah, Paul
Schrader.
Paul is also a much better writer than James Toback ever was. Okay, so the best thing about Fingers, though, right,
Yeah.
is Harvey Keitel's character walks around with like a little jukebox thing the whole time, and he's always playing instead of
Mm.
like playing cool music, he's just playing like 50s pop music. It's really funny.
That's
You know,
actually
like
really funny. I like that.
like that song that goes summertime, 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 summertime. That song. He's playing that a lot.
Yes. That
Um,
mixed with Harvey Keitel. Beautiful.
So I'd say just flick through Fingers, just for watch like the first 20 minutes and you'll get the gist. Kind of the same with The Gambler.
Yeah, true.
Um,
I like that he is a teacher, and I
hmm
like that he said that D.H. Lawrence said Americans fear new experiences more than they fear anything.
hmm
So that's true.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
It just made me think of other things of the exact same era that were better. Like, you ever see California Split, the Robert Altman movie?
that's really funny. I was talking to Genevieve, my new best friend in the world, and
Our new
she,
best friend.
our new best friend, who's gonna be on the pod.
Hmm
I was saying, yeah, I love these gambling movies, and then she was bringing up California Split, so she's a queen for that.
Have you seen California Split?
No,
I highly recommend. I think it's my favorite Robert Altman movie, alongside Three Women. But like Three Women's like untouchable.
Three
But
Women
like
is so good.
it's so fucking good. And
Well,
Elliot Gould is perfect
I've
in it.
seen like parts of it, so I need to watch the whole thing. Is the thing.
Yeah, have a little sit down and watch it.
Listen, this movie is also based on Dostoevsky's novel, The Gambler. Just wanted to say that.
Yeah, I've read that book.
No, I
I
haven't.
like that one, you know. It's a good
I've read
one.
notes from the other underground, which apparently is what he's talking about in the classroom discussion.
Oh yeah, I forgot the talk about Dostoevsky. Um, Whoa, that reminded me of something. Backtrack, The Gambler, the book, The Gambler.
We're
What did
talking
that make me
about
think of?
Robert Altman, California Split.
No, too far, too far. It was something when he brought up The Gambler, it reminded me of something.
I
Nope,
like
it's gone.
Uncut Gems more in
Me
terms of a
too.
movie where someone keeps gambling.
Yeah.
Um, I also like this movie with Ryan Reynolds and Ben Mendelsohn. I forget what it's called right now.
I've seen the cover. I can picture the poster right now.
Yeah, I kind of liked that movie.
Is it called Mississippi Grind?
Mississippi Grind, yes. I did enjoy that movie because I kind of think Ben Mendelsohn is sexy, to be honest.
You know, apparently a year or two ago, he came into my work when he was filming one of the fucking
Mm.
Marvel things he's in. He came into my work like absolutely like fucked with some woman on his arm,
Oh
and
my God.
they went to go see Now Voyager, which is like is
What
that a
is
Betty
that?
Davis movie or something? It's like a fucking it was
Oh,
like a it's like a 40s
that's
50s
funny.
movie. But we have this thing that's like a premium membership where you spend like 300 quid and you can go see as many movies for the
Oh shit.
whole year. And he bought, but he was like, yeah, I'll buy the membership. So if I search Ben Mendelsohn on the system at my work, he comes up. And I
Oh,
can see
that's
that he only
cool.
ever went to see Now Voyager.
You froze for a second, but it all came through.
Yeah, it all came through.
It all
All
came
the info
through.
was there.
Ben Mendelsohn is a gap toothed woman, by the way.
That's great. Good for him.
So, um,
Um,
what else? Oh,
yeah.
I liked how they kept playing that Mahler song that's also in Tree of Life. Did you notice that?
Yes. That. Yeah, I did notice that.
I
Oh, I
enjoyed
remember
that.
what I was gonna say now.
Oh,
Oh
right.
fuck! Did it just go again when I said it? Dostoevsky. It was to do with Dostoevsky and the Gambler.
That's from the
Why is this?
underground.
Oh no, it wasn't to do with that. It was to do with another gambling movie I like.
Hmm.
Uh, the Jacques Demy one. What's that called?
I don't know.
Bay of Angels.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
That one is another fantastic gambling movie with Sean Moreau in it. I can't remember which guy's in it. You tell me.
Claude Man.
Claude Man. Great
Claude Man.
flick.
I have not seen that. Jean Moreau, kind of not my favorite, if I'm honest.
Really, I love Sean Moreau.
I know.
You keep Barbara Stanwyck. I'll take Sean Moreau.
Great.
I don't
Works for
actually have
me.
that much more to say about the Gambler. Do you?
Lauren Hutton is so hot and gorgeous, and I love
Yeah,
her. That's what I want to
yeah. You did.
say.
You did message me saying I need a kiss from her so goddamn bad.
I do. I really do. Um,
um, yeah,
yeah,
it's all right.
I think yeah, it's just fine basically. I liked how his mom, the actress who played his mom, was only 10 years older than him. I read that in the
That's
trivia.
really funny.
And also,
Um, yeah, go on.
I don't know, I guess I liked there are certain things about it I like, but I think basically after the first hour it's sort of just like repetitive and
It's insane that they remade it with Marky Mark.
I know that is
That's
insane.
insane to me.
One of the
Um,
more insane things.
so Shay, what should we decide where to go from here? Because I'm done with talking about the Gambler, and I'm hungry for my dinner.
Oh, we didn't mention that Paul Sorvino's in it.
Paul Sorvino is in it, and I love his daughter. I think she's a hottie.
Me too. But
Oh,
didn't we
she's a
find
10,
out
man.
something problematic about her as well? Oh,
Oh,
she was in
probably.
that Christian movie. Yeah.
Oh
Um,
yeah, the Christian movie.
all right.
Okay, so my dinner is ready, so this is gonna be a quick one.
Oh wow.
Um, so my initial thought was, did you see who composed this movie?
No.
Jerry Fielding, who worked a lot with Sam Peckinpah, right? I've
Mm,
seen near to none of his movies. I've only ever seen Straw Dogs, and I was
same.
really keen to watch Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia or The Wild Bunch, to be honest.
Okay, yeah. I'm down.
Which one of those two sounds more appealing to you?
Um,
Oh.
I don't care.
Well, one of them is a Western, which we've never touched before.
Yeah,
Um, and one of them isn't.
great.
What is the
Um,
plot of Bring Me the? Oh, it's got Warren Oates in it. I like him. I like him.
I'm kind of feeling like we should do Bring Me the Head of Alfredo.
I agree. I think we should do Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia.
Great.
And that'll be our pick for next week. Lucky us, eh?
Jordan has to go now.
I do have to go now. What's your whatever of the week that you do?
Oh. I think I do have something. Oh, well, I did watch I watched When the Cat Comes.
Oh, how was that?
I really, really liked it with my friend
I've
Genevieve.
always wanted to watch that.
So definitely recommend that. And it's about a cat
Uh,
who has glasses on. So
I
me and
believe
my
it's on
family.
rarefilm.net as well,
Oh,
if you
great.
need it. And YouTube, I believe. For books purposes, I just got the copy of Jim Thompson's The Killer Inside Me. I haven't read it yet, but that reminds me of the other Jim Thompson book I like, Pop 1280, which I might have talked to you about. I think I was maybe reading it around the time I saw you, which was also made into a movie with that big fat French guy with the mustache, and I think Isabelle Huppert in it. Anyway, Um, Pop 1280 is a great book. Read that. How about that? How about them apples?
That is great. Great stuff.
So this has been an episode where we've talked about a lot of stuff, which is interesting,
That is
I think.
interesting. Hey, I agree. Do you remember our tagline?
Uh,
Joy.
Join us on our journey, listen along, and build the chain with us. I just need that first syllable, and then
Yeah,
I'm
that
good.
always
I'm
gets
good
you
to go.
there.
You say it, Shay.
Join us. Now I'm like nervous.
You
Join us
fucked
on
it, man.
I know. Join us on our journey, listen along, and build the chain with us. I've
And
been
that's it.
Jordan.
And I've been Jordan as well.
Mm.
Ciao for now.
Peace and love. Ciao for now.
Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and
Peace
love.
and love. Okay, go eat your dinner.